Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I wanted to do a quick summer night out look. I'm headed out with a few of my girlfriends, so I wanted to do something quick and easy for you guys to throw on and head out the door. So I'm doing a baby pink lip with a rose gold eye. Try it out, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to get this look, keep watching. So start with your moisturizer. Put that all over. Then I'm going to do just a little bit of primer. Okay, so we're moisturized, we're primed. So we're gonna start with our eyes. So I'm gonna stick kind of in rose gold and gold tones. So really warm browns and golds. Start with a little bit of eyeshadow primer. I look like a puppy dog. Okay, so then just kind of blend that in. We're going to start with just a really good base color all over our eye. So I love Orb by MAC. I'm just going to use a big eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to do that kind of all over. So now I'm going to go in with just my transition color. So I'm going to use kind of a medium-sized blending brush, and this is really just sort of a warm, kind of almost purpley brown color. This is in my Burgundy palette by MAC. And I'm just going to get a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of bring that through my crease and in toward the corner of my eye. So there you go. So you're getting some, it's not really a cut crease, but you're getting some crease dimension without going too crazy on a really dark color. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit warmer brown, just this color here in the middle. And I'm going to do that kind of toward the outside of my crease here and sort of into this little V area. And I'm just going to kind of pat that just there. Just bring a little bit more definition, kind of defining the outside of your eye. So it's a little bit heavy, it's a little bit patchy, it's not really perfectly blended, but that's okay. Keep in mind we're going to go back with the blending brush and kind of blend all this together sort of softly. So then make sure that that brush is clean, just a good little eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to take that transition color first and bring that underneath our eye. About halfway in. I don't like to line all the way to the inside underneath my eyes just because I really like to draw the attention outward, more of that like cat eye shape. And then go ahead with that darker color and really as close to that lash line as you can, just barely kind of bring that in. So not too dark underneath our eyes. We're really keeping this bright and summery, a good going out look, but not too crazy smoky or dark shadows for you. So now I'm going to go ahead and blend all of that together a little bit. So there's really a harsh line sort of across the top here toward my brow. So I'm just going to take a big MAC blending brush and just kind of blend that out, sort of diffuse that, soften that as it goes up toward your brow. So now we're going to brighten everything up with a little bit of just a gold sort of shimmer. So I like to use just a little bit more concealer and just kind of use it as a cream base right under that crease and toward the inside corner of my eye, just to really get that shimmer to stick. So I really like to brighten up the inside corners of my eye. So make sure you're bringing that bright shadow in toward the inside corner of your eye. So I'm going to use just this really pretty, I kind of mixed these two colors. So just a really pretty gold shimmer, and just sort of pat that onto that cream base that we just laid along our lid. So there you have it. So you've gone about halfway across your lid, and bring that gold about halfway to meet the dark underneath. So the insides of your eyes should be really, really bright and shimmery, and then the outside corners should be where you have sort of that dark dimension. For a liner, I want to stick in that warm brown. So sometimes black for a liner can be a little bit harsh, especially if I'm not going to do a fake lash, which I'm just going out with friends. I don't want to go too overboard. So I'm going to use just a really warm brown liner. This is Costa Riche by MAC. I've used it before. So we're just going to kind of line right along that lash line, and we're going to blend it out so it doesn't have to be like a super perfect line. So just really kind of slide that across your lash line and bring it out a little bit. Not a definite wing, but just kind of giving yourself a little bit of color out past the outside corner of your eye. And then sort of blend that into your lower lash line. I'm not going to get necessarily on my waterline, but we want to go ahead and continue that blend just under. So there you have it. It's kind of a messy line, but it adds a little bit of dimension. So same thing on the other eye. Okay, so you have this really messy warm brown liner all over your eyes. Okay, my voice keeps cracking. That's super embarrassing. I feel like a boy going through puberty. I can't even talk. What am I doing? It's the wine. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm drinking wine. So now I'm just gonna use, I love this sort of smudge brush. It's really flat. It's awesome to kind of blend out that liner. So I'm just gonna kind of smudge that out. And I love that Costa Riche liner because it is so soft. It's so easy to smudge out. Honestly, I just kind of pat along the edges and it blends right out for me. Okay, so I've smudged out my liner on the top lash line and the bottom lash line. So now we can go ahead and just do our mascara. So I'm not gonna do a fake lash. This look is just gonna kind of speak for itself. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our face. So I'm using just a really, 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 really light foundation because it's summer. I know I'm kind of gonna be sweaty, as gross as that is. So I'm just gonna put this all over. I'm using a super flat brush and I'm just gonna kind of stipple that out. This feels honestly more like a BB or CC cream or like a tinted moisturizer. It's really, really light. So it's just gonna kind of look like my skin. And then I'll just spot treat for my little blemishes and then brighten up with a little bit lighter concealer right under my eyes. Now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit lighter concealer under my eyes. I'm just gonna kind of pat that in with my finger. Just there. I like to keep it a little bit closer to the inside of my eye and not go into that full triangle just because I feel like it spreads quite a bit. We're just gonna blend that out with our beauty blender. I'm gonna do a teeny bit of cream contour. So I'm using my Anastasia contour kit and I'm just gonna I'm gonna mix a little bit of this and a little bit of this middle one. Just a little tiny bit, and I'm just gonna kind of pat that along my cheekbone. Then I'm gonna use just that little bit cooler tone and I'm gonna pat that right along the bridge of my nose. Then just take that beauty blender, pat that right out. So now I'm gonna use just a little bit of bronzer, and I really like to use for my bronzer a big fluffy powder brush. I don't want it to get super patchy, super concentrated in any one area. So I take a big powder brush, kind of pat that along my cheekbone. Bring it under your jawline. Once again, kind of patting. You don't want it to get patchy or splotchy in any one place. Then just along our hairline. Then I'm gonna take just a big blending eyeshadow brush and this super cool bronzer color, and I'm just gonna bring that right super light across that nose contour. I'm gonna do a little bit of set with my Laura Mercier setting powder, and I like to use just a little bit smaller brush and sort of pat that into my under eye. So just set that. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of get enough there so that I don't feel like any of that highlight is gonna move. Like I'm not gonna crease really bad underneath my eyes. Bring that a little bit underneath that contour there. And then I'm gonna pat just a little into the middle of my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. And then my little trick for brows, dust a little bit of that setting powder into your brows. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush. So I use about a medium-sized powder brush, and I'm using Melba, super sort of peachy blush, and I'm just gonna kind of pat that across the top of my cheekbone. Now I'm gonna use my Hourglass Iridescent Strobe Light Highlighter, my little powder brush. I'm gonna dust that along the outside tops of my cheekbones and kind of in a C shape. C, the Y. Then along the bridge of my nose. And my Cupid's bow. Let's do our brows, shall we? So, go ahead and brush those guys down. Short, quick strokes, and just kind of create that shape. And then just brush those guys back up, kind of blend that out a little bit. So I got a really great response on the baby pink lip that I posted on Instagram. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm using a baby pink liner. It's called Good Timing by MAC. And I just line and a little bit overlined my lips. And I went ahead and filled them in almost all the way to the inside of my lips. And just kind of draw that liner in there. Then this color that I'm using is called Long Legged and Fabulous by MAC. Just right over the top of that liner. So there you have it. I'm gonna go blow my hair out and we'll be all ready to go. If you liked this video or you found it helpful, please give it a like and a share. Maybe your friends will find it helpful too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.